Chosen one, you keep hearing it. A quiet whisper, a strange pull in your chest, a voice inside that refuses to stay silent. And today, I've been sent to tell you, that voice is not your imagination. That voice is not confusion. That voice is God. Yes, heaven is speaking through your inner voice. And if you don't start listening now, you might miss the divine instruction that will change everything. Direct hit so if this message already speaks to your spirit. Like this video, subscribe for more divine insight, and comment 99 below to amplify this message around the world. Let's flood this platform with light. Chosen one, there comes a moment in life when you begin to feel different, when the things that excite others no longer excite you, when the noise of the world no longer satisfies you, and when your spirit quietly begins to seek something deeper, something eternal. That moment is not confusion. That is a sign of awakening. That is your spirit remembering who you truly are. You were never designed to blend in. You were never meant to follow the crowd without question. From the beginning, your soul has carried a light that is unlike any other. While others were content with the surface, you were always searching for the truth beneath. And now, the truth is rising within you. You are a chosen one. Being chosen does not mean you are better than others. It simply means that your purpose is different. You were sent here not just to exist, but to carry a message, a frequency, a divine assignment, and everything that has happened in your life so far. Every challenge, every delay, every lonely night, it was not meant to break you. It was preparing you to remember this truth. You were called before you were even born. Your spirit agreed to this mission long before you ever took your first breath. And now, heaven is gently reminding you, it is time to rise. It is time to step into your true identity. Look around you. Most people are busy chasing things, money, attention, success, approval. But you feel empty in those pursuits because your soul was not built for shallow things. Your soul craves purpose, meaning, alignment, peace. This inner craving is not weakness. It is your calling. You have been chosen to hear what others cannot hear, to see what others overlook, and to feel what others ignore. That sensitivity you carry, it is not a flaw. It is a gift. It means your heart is open to divine instruction. There is a reason you do not fit in. There is a reason why certain rooms feel heavy, why some conversations feel fake, and why certain people drain your energy. It is not judgment. It is discernment. Your spirit knows what is real and what is not. You are not here to follow. You are here to lead, not always with words, but with your presence, with your light, with the choices you make when no one is watching. You are being called to live a life that inspires others to look within and remember their own light. You may not have all the answers yet. That is perfectly fine. Chosen ones are not chosen because they are perfect. They are chosen because they are willing to walk by faith, willing to listen, willing to rise again after falling. So today, pause for a moment and breathe. Let go of the pressure to be like everyone else. You were not meant to be a copy. You were designed to be a revelation. The world needs your light. Your presence matters. Your existence is not an accident. You are here on purpose for a purpose. Chosen one, you have been set apart for something sacred. And the sooner you embrace that truth, the sooner you will see your life align with the destiny that has always been waiting for you. Your identity is not in the labels others gave you. Your identity is not in your past. Your true identity is written in your spirit. It is divine. It is powerful. And it is time to live it fully. Chosen one, there is a gentle voice within you that speaks without shouting. It does not demand attention, but it carries a powerful sense of peace. That voice you keep hearing is not your imagination. It is not a random thought or a fleeting feeling. It is something much greater. It is the whisper of God. This inner voice is often called intuition, but it is more than that. It is the language of the soul. It is the way your spirit communicates with the divine. It is how God guides you from within, especially when you are quiet enough to listen. Many people expect God to speak through loud signs, dramatic events, or clear visions. While that can happen, the truth is that God often speaks in a very simple way, through thoughts that feel aligned, through feelings of peace, or even through a sudden knowing deep in your heart. This is how the inner voice works. You may notice it when you feel a gentle warning about someone, or when you feel drawn to take a new path even though you do not fully understand why. That is your inner guidance. That is the spiritual compass placed inside you to keep you in alignment with your higher path. This voice always leads you toward growth, truth, and peace. It will never push you into fear or pressure. Instead, it gently nudges you toward the right decisions, even if they are uncomfortable at first. It is not based on logic or emotion. It is based on divine clarity. The more you trust this inner voice, the stronger it becomes. It begins to shape your life in beautiful ways. You make decisions with more confidence. You avoid unnecessary pain. You begin to live in harmony with your purpose. Remember, this voice comes from God's Spirit within you. You were created with this divine connection. You do not need to earn it or search for it outside of yourself. You already have it. You simply need to become still enough to hear it. Chosen one, your inner voice is sacred. It is wise. It is loving. And it is always ready to guide you, step by step, with peace and grace. Chosen one, there is a reason your inner voice feels soft while the world feels loud. This voice within you, calm, wise, and pure, comes from a higher place. It speaks truth, carries divine guidance, and because it is so powerful, the world around you often tries to silence it. From a young age, society teaches people to seek approval from outside. It tells them to follow the crowd, obey the system, and fit into boxes that were never made for their spirit. The world says, be like this, do it that way, or you will not be accepted. But your inner voice says, be who you truly are. This is where the conflict begins. When you start listening to your inner voice, you begin to live with awareness. You question things. You walk differently. You no longer follow blindly. And the moment you do that, the world feels uncomfortable. Because a soul that is awake can no longer be controlled. The systems of the world thrive on noise, distraction, and outside opinions. There is so much information, so much pressure, and so many voices telling you what to believe, how to live, and what to want. But when you go within, you return to peace. You return to your truth. And the world cannot profit from a peaceful soul. That is why the world distracts you with endless noise. Social media, competition, fear-based news, and constant comparison. The goal is not always to harm you, but to keep you so busy and so distracted that you never hear the voice of God within you. But here is the beauty. Your inner voice is patient. It never forces, but it never leaves. Even when the world is loud, your spirit remains a sacred place of silence and strength. All you need is stillness, faith, and courage. When you choose to listen, even in the midst of the noise, you reclaim your power. You rise above fear. You walk with clarity. And you begin to live not by the patterns of the world, but by the path of the divine. Chosen one, the world may try to quiet your soul, but it can never steal your light. Protect your peace, and your voice will guide you home. Chosen one, the voice of God does not always come in thunder or lightning. Sometimes, it comes as a gentle whisper in your heart. It is quiet, but it is powerful. It is subtle, but it carries truth that cannot be shaken. Recognizing the voice of God within is one of the most sacred steps on your spiritual journey. God speaks in different ways, but His voice within you has a unique signature. It is peaceful, clear, and full of love. It does not bring fear or confusion. Instead, it brings calmness and understanding, even when the message is challenging. The voice of God is never aggressive or loud. It does not push you. It guides you with grace. You may notice it as a strong sense of knowing. For example, you may suddenly feel deeply sure about a decision, even if it does not make logical sense. That sense of clarity is not from the world. It is the Spirit leading you. Sometimes the voice will come through your conscience, gently correcting you or reminding you of what is right. Other times, it will inspire you with ideas that carry light and purpose. To recognize this voice more clearly, stillness is important. When your mind is busy and your surroundings are full of noise, the inner voice can be harder to hear. But when you become quiet and centered, the voice becomes louder, not in volume but in clarity. You begin to feel the difference between your own thoughts and divine instruction. Another way to recognize the voice of God is through peace. Even when the path is uncertain, the voice of God brings a deep inner peace. If something feels forced or full of anxiety, it may not be from the Spirit. But if it feels grounded, honest, and peaceful, that is a sign you are being guided from within. Chosen one, you have always had access to this voice. It is not outside of you. It is within your spirit. God is not far away. He is closer than your breath. Every time you choose to listen to the stillness inside, you are choosing to walk with divine wisdom. Trust that voice. Follow it, and it will never lead you astray. Chosen one, with great spiritual awareness comes great responsibility. When you begin to hear the voice of God within you, your path becomes sacred. But this sacred path also comes with certain warnings, not to create fear, but to keep you protected and aligned. The first and most important warning is to never ignore the voice once you recognize it. When God speaks to your spirit, it is for your good. If you feel led to avoid a person, place, or situation, even if it looks harmless on the outside, listen closely. That quiet nudge is not just a feeling, it is divine protection. Delaying obedience may delay your blessings. Another important warning is about distractions. The world is full of noise, and not all of it is evil, but it can still pull your focus away from your spiritual direction. Be careful of what you consume, whether it is media, conversation, or energy. Everything you allow into your spirit affects your connection to your inner voice. Stay rooted in things that nourish your soul. Be aware of false voices. Not every voice that sounds spiritual is truly from God. Some voices may come from fear, ego, or outside influences. The voice of God always brings peace, clarity, and truth. It never pressures you or causes panic. Always test the voice with prayer, stillness, and alignment with divine principles. Another warning is about isolation. While solitude is powerful, complete isolation can make you vulnerable. The journey of the chosen one can be lonely, but you must not separate yourself completely from community, wisdom, or guidance. Stay connected to those who uplift your spirit and understand your purpose. Also, beware of pride. As you grow spiritually, it is easy to think you know everything. But true spiritual power comes with humility. The voice of God teaches you to walk in grace, not in ego. Stay teachable, stay open, and stay humble. Chosen one, these warnings are not burdens. They are boundaries of love. They are reminders that your gift is precious and must be protected. Your journey is divine, and your destiny is great. But to walk in it fully, you must stay awake, stay aware, and stay aligned. You are not alone. Heaven watches over you with every step. Chosen one, The idea that God speaks from within you is not just a modern teaching. It is deeply rooted in the Holy Scriptures. The Bible is filled with examples of how God communicates directly to the hearts of His chosen ones. This divine connection is not something far away. It is close, personal, and deeply spiritual. In the book of John 10 verse 27, Jesus says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." This verse clearly shows that God's people are expected to hear His voice. It is not a strange or rare event. It is a part of the spiritual relationship. If you have been chosen by God, then you have the ability to hear Him. His voice will be familiar to your soul. In 1 Kings 19 verses 11 to 12, when the prophet Elijah was seeking God, he did not find Him in the wind, earthquake, or fire. Instead, Elijah heard God in a still small voice. This passage teaches that God often speaks in gentle, quiet ways. You may not always hear Him through dramatic signs, but you will feel Him in peaceful moments of stillness and reflection. The Apostle Paul also writes in Romans 8 verse 14, "For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God." Being led by the Spirit means listening to the inner guidance that God gives you. It is not just about external rules. It is about a living, breathing relationship with the Holy Spirit who lives inside you. In Jeremiah 33 verse 3, God says, "Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." This is a promise that if you speak to God, He will speak back. And many times, He will answer through your inner voice, your dreams, your peace, and your spiritual clarity. Chosen one, the Bible fully supports the truth that God's voice can be heard within. When your heart is open, when your spirit is aligned, and when your faith is active, that voice will guide you just as it guided the prophets, the apostles, and all those who walked closely with God. Your connection with the divine is not only real, it is biblical. Chosen one, this message is for your spirit. If you have ever felt unsure, unseen, or unheard, take this moment to receive the truth. You have been chosen by God for a divine purpose, and the voice within you is not ordinary. It is sacred, it is eternal, and it is awakening at the perfect time. God did not create you to blend in. He created you to stand out, not through pride, but through divine power, wisdom, and love. You are not here by accident. Every moment of your life, even the silent ones, has been part of a heavenly design. You were set apart to carry a light that this world cannot dim. You may have faced battles. You may have walked through seasons where you questioned your worth. But even in those quiet, painful moments, God was speaking to your soul. The reason you felt different was because you are different. The reason you could not settle for the ordinary is because you were created for the extraordinary. Now is the time to trust the voice that calls you higher. You may not have all the answers, but you have the presence of God within you, and that is more than enough. When you feel the inner voice urging you to move forward, speak truth, or show love, that is the Spirit reminding you of who you are. You are rising now, not by force, but by grace. You are stepping into a season where your spiritual ears are opening wider. You will begin to hear divine instructions more clearly. You will walk with boldness and peace, because the Creator of the universe is not just around you. He is within you. This is your confirmation. This is your moment of alignment. God is saying, "My child, you are ready." The world may not understand your journey, but heaven celebrates your courage. The more you trust the voice within, the more your life will begin to reflect divine purpose, supernatural peace, and unshakable joy. Chosen one, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And the voice of God within you is your greatest guide forward. Lift your head. Your season is here. From today, stop second-guessing yourself. You are not crazy. You are not overthinking. You are hearing the Spirit of God inside you, guiding, protecting, and preparing you. Before you look for another sign, check your soul. Before you call someone else, consult your spirit. Because your inner voice is not just a feeling. It's the voice of your divine GPS. Chosen one, trust it, obey it, honor it, and watch doors open, battles end, and peace overflow. If this message awakens something in you, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment 99 to amplify the message across the world. You never know who else needs to hear God today. Speech Balloon.